Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming the intimidating TBR tag, and I was tagged by Ashley over at A Dash of Ash, so shout out to Ashley. I will leave her video down below. So yeah, let's just get started. Question 1, what book have you been unable to finish? And I've talked about this book before, but that is The Shining by Stephen King. I haven't been able to finish this, one, because of how large it is, and I'm working on some other large books right now. And I also haven't been able to finish it because I'm just not in the mood to read it, kind of. Like I talked about in my previous TBR video, I kind of want to read this in the fall or winter time so I can feel like I'm immersed in the story. So yeah. Question 2, what book have you yet to read because you haven't had the time? And that is Night Film by Marisha Pessl. That's a tongue twister for me, I don't know why. When I bought this book, I mean, obviously it's large while I'm holding it, but I didn't realize how long it was when I got it. It's over 500 pages, which, I mean, I've heard it's a great book, so I'm sure I would speed through it, but I just don't want to commit to this just yet. Maybe once I'm done with Goblet of Fire, I'll pick this up, but yeah, this is a little too long for me right now. Question 3 is, what book have you yet to read because it's a sequel? I'm not sure if I'm going to read this book, but if you've read If I Stay, there is another book after that. I think it's called I Was Here. I think that's the sequel. So I was thinking about reading that. I'm not totally invested on reading that, but part of the reason I don't want to read it is because the first book, like, I was fine with the way it concluded and I felt like it was an ending in itself, so I'm not sure I want to read the sequel, but I might. Question 4, what book have you yet to read because it's brand new? I'm not sure if I'm going to read this, but I have considered reading A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I didn't want to read it initially, but seeing all the great reviews and people who really love that book on BookTube, it's been added to my TBR, and I know it's not brand new, but it's relatively new, so it's on there for now. Question 5, what book have you yet to read because you read a book by the same author and didn't enjoy it? Anything by Ernest Hemingway. So my senior year of high school, we had to read The Sun Also Rises, and I really hated that book because to me it was a whole lot of nothing, which it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a whole lot of nothing with deep, profound messages, of course, because it's Hemingway. But just because I didn't like that one so much, I'm not so sold on reading the rest of Hemingway's work, even though I know that I need to and I still have a desire to, so we'll see. I'm going to try to pick up something by Hemingway. Question 6, what book have you yet to read because you're just not in the mood for it? And that is Room, it's white, Room by Emma Donoghue. As you can see, I've started this, I'm about 20 pages in. It's good, I'm just not in the mood to read it. If you don't know what this is about, I'm not going to spoil it too much, but it's essentially about a little boy who lives his whole life in a room, and his mother's there to take care of him. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that, but I mean, I've heard great reviews from this. It's a good book, I like it so far, but I'm just not in the mood to read it right now. Question 7, which book do you have yet to read because it's humongous? I don't know, that's kind of The Shining for me, and Night Film. They're both really big, so I'm gonna put them in here and kind of cheat with that question because there's no really humongous book that comes to mind for me, so yeah, I'm cheating and I'm going to say Night Film and The Shining. 8, what book do you have yet to read because it was a cover that turned out to have poor reviews? And that is The Flood Girls by Richard Fifield. Now this didn't have poor reviews, it got 3.5 stars as the average rating, or maybe it was 3.75 stars, something like that on Goodreads. And like, I'm excited to read it. As you can see, I'm only 2 pages in. I just wanted to get a feel for it. I know it's gonna be like a good feel-good read, I think, but I'm not like as excited to read this. If you watch my July TBR, you know that I put this on my TBR shelf for this month, but I think I'm still going to try to power through it because it's not a long book. It's almost 300 pages. I'll probably read this one day when I'm not feeling like reading Harry Potter or diving into a really thick, meaty book. So, yeah. And finally, what book is the most intimidating in your TBR pile? Is The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck, mainly because I know this is a great novel and I have such high expectations for it, and I don't know, I'm just afraid I'm afraid I'm not going to appreciate it like I should. I don't know if you guys have that problem sometimes too, when you know like a work is really hyped up and you're afraid that you're gonna be one of the few who maybe doesn't enjoy it or appreciate it. So I want to read this hopefully before I go back to school, just because it is a classic. So yeah, this is intimidating for me mainly because I kind of know what to expect, but I'm also afraid I'm not going to love it as much as other people have. And I am going to leave the people I tagged down below just to spare you guys from me listing off some names. So if you watch this video, you're subscribed to me, go check out down below to see if I tagged you. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see what I have to say in the future. Bye guys.